With Splint's Friends and Foes program,
you can call your friends all you want.
And we'll charge it to your foes.
It's that simple,
whether it be your ex-wife or your boss, your abilities get paid for you.
By the people you hate the most. Give us a list of your friends and foes.
And we'll take care of the rest.
Splint, where you get revenge
and savings at the same time.
Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Here we are again, friends. Why, it's middle of the week, Wednesday, and we're plugging through the week, and we've gotten this far. So there you go. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, I hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday. We call it Wednesday because that's kind of the way it's spelled. And I got my button-ons on. I even got them on my arms too. All right, because the kids love those things. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, you know what we're going to do now, I bet. Can you guess? Can you just guess? I bet you can guess. We're going to go to Chatlandia. Chatlandia. It's a crazy little spot over on the far side of the intranet. And here we are. Look who was here just a little while ago, and she's still here. That's Catherine Weiss. That's Weiss123. She's one of our ultra mods. And she says, hi, Aaron. And then she also says, I'll be over on YouTube tonight. And then Kathy also says, hello, hi there, Peggy Dancer. And then Kathy's zipped right on over there to YouTube and she says, hi, Aaron. And then I said, welcome, Truth Questers, on the portrait channel. Made it over there. And then I said, hi, Kathy, over on the landscape version on YouTube. It's so weird that they do too. They used to have, I think it would use switch automatically when they're on a, but now you have to dedicate it. I don't understand. I don't know why they did that. No clue, Mr. Magoo. Then I said, hi, Kathy, over there on YouTube. And then back over there on Rumble, I said, hi, Kathy. Okay. See, I usually go to Rumble first, but for some reason today I went to YouTube first. Can't understand why. And look who else is here, our longtime friend and many-time guest on the program here, HPop74. That's Heidi Pop, our good friend Heidi Pop, a new resident, her and her family, of Sturgeon Bay here, which is where UFO research started with APRO. So bizarre. I never even knew that till just like a year or two ago. From Heidi, she told me. Because I think Dustin Shuda was looking into that. He looks into all of the Wisconsin stuff. Then I said, hi, HPop74. Then she sends the old Trump floss. And I wish that we could see that, but that's, if you're on Rumble, you can see that. And then look who's here now. It's Cap 78 Pack. That's another one of our Ultra Mods. That's Peggy Dancer. She says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Weiss123 Kathy. Hi, HPop 74. I'll be here tonight, meaning Rumble. Awesome. And look who's here again over there on YouTube. It's Jerry Lahane. And Jerry Lahane says, any update on Andrew Bishago appearance here? Well, unfortunately, no. I did speak to him the other day, and he is sounding better and better. That's all I can say. He's recovering very well. And so hopefully real soon, he'll be on again, and we'll do another show. I hope very soon. Trust me. It's something I'm hoping for, too. So thanks for asking. And then Peggy Dancer says, hi, Aaron. Hi, Catherine Weiss. She's over there on YouTube there. Hi, Jerry Lahane. I'll be on Rumble. Have fun. Okay. And then Kathy says, hi, Peggy. Over there on YouTube. Then I said, hi, Cap 78 Pack. Okay. And then I said, hi, Jerry Lahane. And Jerry says, hi, Peggy. Hi, Aaron. And Aaron. Oh, there goes my stupid thing again. Oh, man. Why does it do this? Oh, these touchpads. They're my nemesis. Oh, and look, Kathy put this out. Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Hit the old thumbs up. It helps the old algo rhythm, the algo beat, the algo melody, and even the algo chorus. Give it a shot. Hit the old thumbs up. You know, your thumb, the thing we used to use to hitchhike with. There you go. That'll be great. Thanks, Kathy, for putting that out there. And then Kathy says, hi, Aaron, over there on the portrait channel. Landscape portrait. I always get those mixed up. Oh, it doesn't take much to mix me up these days. Oh, and look who else is here. Why, it's the BK, at the BK. And he says, hi, Aaron M. and all those seeking truthiest truth ever. Yes, we always like the truthiest kind of truth, for sure. Sometimes we get led down different rabbit holes that maybe lead to truth or partial truths or semi-truth, but you never know. Why so blurry? It's Miss Havisham. Why so blurry? I don't know. Sometimes, is it blurry? Sometimes it focuses, I don't, it's it's like an autofocus type of a thing. So I don't really have much to say about it. And so Kathy says, hi, the BK. Oh, and Miss Haversham says, oh, that's better. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. And then BK says, hello, Catherine. I got to say hi to the BK. Hi at TH. Oh, it's not showing up. What? Is that a capital T? No. Weird. BK. Small BK. It didn't pick up your handle there. I wonder why it didn't do that. I'll never know. There's so many little quirky things with these confusers and all the applications. They used to call them programs. Now they call them applications. It's like a sticker. And Cap 78 Pack says, hi, Miss Havisham. And then Miss Havisham says, hi, Cap. Oh, and look, looks like Kimmy is here. Kimmy Lou Beck. And says, Hola. Aloha. Is that person from Hawaii? And then Catherine says, hi, Heidi. And Peanut the gorilla says hi. Oh, look, a gorilla that can type. Hello there, Peanut. Peanut the gorilla. And then I said, hi, the BK, at the BK. Oh, and look at Cap 78 Pack put this out. Please like and share the show with your friends and family and enjoy being here for the show. Thank you. Thanks, Cap 78. Thanks, Peggy Dancer. Boy, our Ultra Mods are right on it today, aren't they? Thank you. Alrighty then. Well, let's go on over to, where should we go? X or Facebook first? Which should we go to? By the way, isn't that thumbnail for tonight's show awesome? It's such a cool picture. Trump holding a bee in his hand and the King of England staring at it and Melania gasping. Oh, be careful. Be careful, honey. Look at that. So cool. Alrighty. Well, let's go on over there. Let's go to Facebook, the Book of Faces, or the Land of Zuckers. Because, you know, there's a Zucker born every minute over there. That's what they tell me. They're very proud of that fact. Here we go. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Well, there it is. There's that bee picture. Central casting. Look at that. The king looks absolutely astonished. His wife, Melania, First Lady Melania, looks aghast. Oh, my goodness. He's got that possibly stinging creature in his hand, and he's so calm. And look at his face. Look at Trump's face. He's like a little boy looking at the wonder of nature. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? What an awesome, and it's probably pretty a good thing that we're not actually being able to see very much of Camilla there. All you see is her hair, but that's okay. You got the king there. And boy, you got to hand it to old Charles there, because he really waited it out a long time. I mean, looked like his mom was maybe going to live forever, and he might not have ever had a chance to wear that darn crown, right? Can you imagine living your whole life waiting to be king, right? Just waiting. He waited a long time. Look at that bee. Episode number 764. Can you even believe it? I can't believe it. Did you see this? With all the things Trump is doing, he had the Artemis crew that recently flew by the moon there and in the Oval Office there. Isn't that awesome? Too cool for school, you might even say. Oh, and the White House put this out. You know, I have a theory, you know, because the White House's stuff is so based. I have a theory because on one hand, the White House is putting out fire every day in meme world. Fiery memes every day. And yet I don't see a lot of the Dilly meme team. Do you think the Dilly meme team is behind the scenes helping to run the White House social media pages and doing the memes? Do you think? I think I might be onto something there. And the White House, the third attack in 3 years against President Trump was not random. It was the predictable result of years of reckless, inflammatory, and escalating rhetoric from Democrats. Democrats' unhinged rhetoric incites third assassination attempt on President Trump. That's a really good way to put it. Oh, and crying Chuck Schumer here says it called on his supporters to, quote, be forceful, rising up against President Trump. Terrible. Gavin Newsom, what did he say? Urged supporters to, quotes, punch these sons of, britches, can't even say it, in the mouth. Wow, what a potty mouth he is. And Dollar Store Obama, Is that his real? Did he have his name changed legally to Dollar Store Obama? Somebody should go ahead and do that for him. Democrats, he says, Democrats, and in quotes, are in an era of maximum warfare everywhere all the time. Yeah, that's, well, calling inciting violence there, aren't you there? Hakeem. Hakeem. You can't even say his name without horking a loogie. Oh, look at this from Hexagon Alice. I just met a bug who is wearing the same outfit as me. Look at that. One of us is going to have to change. Oh, I don't think the bug's going to be able to change too easily, you know. That's kind of funny. 50 nerds of gray. Yeah, there you go. Shuffle smile. And here is a link that Kathy sent over to me today. And check this out. This is, of course, Clifford Stone, the late, great Clifford Stone. He was I think he was the first crash retrieval witness to come forward and talk about what he actually did for the military. And here he's being interviewed by Emery Smith. Check it out.
You've been quoted over the years saying there's over 57 types of ET species. Can you elaborate on that?
Certainly. A lot of people will criticize me and say, you know, if you could say 10 or 12, we could believe you more. Well, you know, what do they want? A fantasy or the truth? The truth is, when I was in the military, there was some medical personnel who would have to provide first aid for our visitors if we got there and there was some that were still alive and injured. In order to accomplish that tasking, because a lot of the first aid we do wouldn't be the same for them, they had a book. That book was to tell how to do certain first aid for certain injuries on our visitors, and they had to know what to do for each and every species. That book listed 57 different species. They were affectionately known. They can laugh if they want to. We affectionately called them Heinz 57. And at that time, that was one of the things that they had to say about Heinz products. So we went ahead, we had that, and I wasn't supposed to see it. There's no need for me to know about it. But one person who was an officer, and I'm going to say right off the bat, I don't know for sure, but he was a doctor. We had 2 medics, and they kind of took me under their wing because they knew I was having problems with what I was doing. And they went ahead and said, okay, look, we're not really trying to do anything bad to them. Should we just leave them here to die? Well, we try not to do that. And there are various species which we are well aware of that you know. You may not know how many, but to date, this is what we have cataloged. And they said, you can look at it here, but we can't let you have a copy. We can't let you take it with you. You can read it, but you know, only here. If we have other higher ranking personnel show up, sometimes these people aren't real nice and we have to take the book back from you and act like you've never seen it. And they did this quite a few times because I'd try to go through picture and I tried to get in my mind how all 57 looked. Out of that 57, I had access to maybe 6, 7 different species. The one species that they had a question mark about was the one species that was following me throughout my life, whom I still have contact to this very day.
What's the name of this person?
Well, the entity that chose me to follow throughout my life, I know him as Corona, and he always told me Corona with a K.
You've been quoted over the years saying there's over 57.
Corona with a K. And, you know, he's a very sensitive person. So in his story there, you know, they get to these crash sites and he'd see the devastation. He could feel, he was an empath, so he could feel. And so that's why he said they saw him having a hard time. So they tried to convince him, look, we're really trying to help these strange people. And we have a book to do it. Excellent. And, you know, I have Clifford Stone's book right here. And I think there was only one book. It says Clifford Stone, Eyes Only, the story of Clifford Stone and UFO crash retrievals. Forward by Robert Salas. Introduction and interviews by Paola Harris. Paola Harris, she's an Italian-American journalist that studies UFOs and aliens. And she was the one that said, you know what? Because she became good friends with Clifford Stone, she was sent from her overseas job as a journalist to go to the 50th Roswell reunion or anniversary and to get some stories. And Clifford Stone was there, and he invited the press back to his house, but only 2 people followed through, and she was one of them and became good friends with him and ended up writing this book. The whole book is transcripts from her interviews with him, and she's a really good interviewer, great reporter. Paola Harris, I've had her on my Blog Talk radio show. I need to get her on here too. And it's important too that she's not only American, she's also Italian, and so she also got to know really well Phil Corso. Corso was running Italy after the war. And also there's a famous case in Italy from the 50s called the Friendship case. If you heard about that, very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, and Cap 78 Pack says, we wouldn't be here if not for the bees, and couldn't wait to see the movie The Beekeeper. Right? I know. That's a great image. And Cap 78 Pack also says, where's Valeronian? He would enjoy this interview. Yes, he would. I bet he's helping his friend watch those dogs, perhaps. Or maybe he's away from his confuser. I don't know, but we're thinking about you, buddy. If you're listening on the repeat, I'm glad that you are. And Donald Trump put this out. Marty Morrison from And We Know shared it. Just wrapped a tremendous meeting with King Charles III. Beautiful gold everywhere. Really makes you think. Maybe the White House needs a little upgrade. A lot of people are saying it. Me, myself, and I, he says. And you look at the family model, very strong, very durable. They keep it going. Not a bad idea. Maybe 2028, maybe beyond. Maybe Don Jr. steps in. Who knows? For the 250th anniversary, maybe America goes back to its roots. We tried the other thing. Interesting experiment. And every leftard is going to read this and go, he wants to be a king. Here's proof. It's a meme. He is the troll, the king of all trolls. He is the king of trolls, so he doesn't have to even run for that. Oh, did you hear about this? Don Lemon and all 38 anti-ICE church raiders have been arrested and charged. Hodge twins put that out. Oh, good. Goody gumdrops. And Deborah Graham put this out. People are perplexed that the shooter seemed to be a somewhat normal guy with an education and a job. As a conservative who's been living near D.C. for 15 years, this isn't perplexing at all. If you could hear the way leftists talk about Trump and his supporters, especially when they think there are no Trump supporters around, none of this would surprise you. Well, and she goes on and on. Yeah, it really just, it's a big spotlight on how just despicable that the left has been talking about their supposed opponents being just the worst. I mean, inciting violence is never a good look. Declassified CIA files expose decades of sky poisoning. Government's own documents prove they've been manipulating our atmosphere. Oh, yes, they have. And some people still don't believe it. All this stuff coming out. Articles. Thanks, Dave. And here's a picture I took 13 years ago up north here, further up the peninsula. It's at a Shell station, and I looked at it, wait a minute, that's wooden. It's made out of wood. I mean, talk about an old station. Take a look at that. Wow. I mean, and a kid can't throw a rock at it and break it like the cheap plastic ones. Pretty cool. Oh, here's some more of these things from Sean Pekarzik. And look at this. Oops. Ooh, don't get dizzy. Make sure you're holding on to something when you're looking at this. Oh, whoa, getting dizzy. Whoa, dizzy. Pretty cool. Too cool for school. Thanks, Sean. You're doing good work there. It's pretty beautiful stuff, don't you think? Up. Issued for James Comey, not just a court summons like last time. U.S. Marshals have been ordered by a federal judge, North Carolina, to take James Comey into custody. Yep, I think he was in court today, wasn't he? Yeah. And look at that. Some more of this guy Sean's work. And this is just black and white, but look at how gorgeous that is. Look at just looks like some kind of chandelier, doesn't it? Nature is a wonder. Another 3D composite of one of my water cymatics photographs. Enjoy. Wow, look at that. It's kind of like a cosmic spirograph or something, eh? Charles Manson never killed anyone himself. He just brainwashed a gang of low IQ, far left idiots into doing his dirty work, convincing them they were noble social justice warriors. Doesn't that sound familiar? Today's Democrats are running the exact same Manson cult playbook. They always go by the bad playbooks. Same manipulation, same deranged retards. Yes, they are. And another one of these. Look at that. Can you get too many of these? Probably not, huh? Look at that. Cosmic pasta. What is it? It's holographic pasta. We don't know what it is. Something. And look at this young man here. He's look at the stuff he's doing. Check this out.
Hey, why does a Lego brick need a whole computer inside it?
Who knows what you're playing with?
What?
So inside every single one of these is a custom ASIC chip or an application-specific integrated circuit. On that chip is a 3-axis accelerometer that detects motion and tilt at 1,000 samples per second, a color sensor that can detect specific wavelengths, an audio synthesizer that generates sound waves directly, still on the chip, LED drivers with built-in pulse width modulation that can do up to 16 million different colors, and the interconnect, 100 micron copper coils that are wound inside the brick that can transfer both power and data simultaneously.
So why does a brick need all that technology?
Put this on an X-Wing. It can read the surrounding colors and geometry. It knows it's in a Rebel fighter, so it will make laser sounds when you tilt it. Now, move the same brick to a TIE fighter. It detects the Imperial Gray and it makes the engine sounds instead. It's not pre-programmed. It's reading the physical structure in real time.
That's insanely intelligent for a little toy.
It's not a toy. It's a context-aware computer disguised as a brick.
Okay, man. I'll leave you to it. Hey, why does a Lego brick need a whole...
It is a toy. Come on, everything's a toy. Come on now. Isn't that amazing? Wow. I'm just going to pretend like I understood what he said. Yeah. Just gotta pretend. Oops. Gotta click out of that. Alrighty. Was that playing? Did you hear about this? Why, would you just look at that? This hot air balloon got stuck on one of these super high radio towers. Longview Fire Department rescued 2 people from a stuck air balloon Great job. Look at that. Yeah, get a hot air balloon, they said. It'll be a lot of fun, they said. They're really pretty safe, they said. Yeah. That's what they said. Doesn't look so safe to me. Can you imagine what happens if one of those little clip things comes unclipped when they're switching the guy over like that? Oh, someone above holding it. Oh, man alive. And wouldn't you be like being cooked by all of the intense radiation coming off all those things on the tower there, emitting like cell tower stuff? It's dangerous to be next to. Do you think they turned it all off while they did that? I don't know. How are they? Yeah. Wow. They might have to train some parrots to go up there and unhook it or something. Huh? What do you think? No clue, Mr. Magoo. Terrible. Terrible. Here it is, the beekeeper. Central casting. Indeed, central casting. So let's take a look at this photograph. He's got the bee right there. And I don't, is this that bell or is this something else? I don't know what that is. In a little basket. But what a great photograph. Maybe like the best photograph of the year, I'd say. Look at that. It's just really cool. The beekeeper. Restore order, protect the nation. Yes, the beekeeper. Oh, man. Central casting right there. Look at that. Central casting himself. Hello, we're back. Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me and see the screen. And Valeronian is here. Screen is frozen. No sound or images. Chat is working okay, though. Yeah, we went out. I don't know what happened. Just blinked out. And we're back now. We're back. We're back like a heart attack. And Miss Havisham, 50 Havisham says, oopsie daisy. And Cap 78 pack, man, oh man. And Kathy says 5x5. Thanks. Now that tells me that I'm, 5x5. Got 2 of them. Thanks, Ultra Mods. That's great. That is great. All right. Okay. Just got to make sure. Did you hear this? How the mail traced Trump's family tree and found he's the king's cousin. Look at that. I don't know how much of this you missed, but and Valeronian, I don't know if you were listening to the early part of the show, but there's a little clip of an Emery Smith interview with Clifford Stone. This Clifford Stone, the one that said that there were 57 different types of aliens that we've cataloged. It was a health book. They had to look up how to help each one of these. They had instructions on how to do that. So Trump is the king's cousin. Imagine that. Oh yeah, there is something royal about Trump, I guess. After all, how do you like them apples? Wow. President Trump is the king's cousin. How do you like that? And here's some more good news. Look at this guy. Looks like he'd lie, and he did. Breaking, the DOJ has indicted David M. Morins, a former senior NIAID official under Fauci, for allegedly concealing federal records and evading freedom of information requests during the pandemic. Yeah, it was all planned. This guy was one of the foot soldiers. He's getting the boot now. And 1 year ago today, and look what happened today. Comer versus Comey in the Great Comoff. It's going to happen, folks. We predicted it a year ago. Look at hot off the meme press a year ago, April 28th, 2025. Here's the deal. If my last name was Comey and I was on TV, I'd be combing my hair all the time because you're a Comey. If my name was Comer, same thing, and you're on TV a lot, I would be combing my hair because I'd be a Comer. How come they don't? Am I the only one that thinks this way? Maybe. Probably a good thing, too. Comer versus Comey, the Great Comoff. Oh, yeah. Don't you? At the pay-per-view, got to give him some dippity-doo and let him go at it. A little dab will do you. Maybe some Brill cream. Maybe Comer can use Brill cream and Comey can use dippity-doo because he's a little light on the feather, so to speak. Oh, and Valeronian says everything's 5x5. Thanks. Appreciate that. And Valeronian also says, I'll have to review that later. I have Clifford Stone's autobiography somewhere in my private library. This Clifford Stone, Eyes Only, is that the book? And then Valeronian says, Emery Smith has some interesting stories to tell also. Yes. He was the guy who says he did alien autopsies when he was at the U.S. Air Force in New Mexico. Yes. Yes. Jerry Lahane, Andrew Brishago soon? I sure hope so, buddy. I will let everybody know as soon as I can. He did tell me a couple weeks ago that, on one of the future Thursdays, he wants to have it happen. I did not get that call yet. Okay. I didn't get the call yet. So he's still recovering and he's doing very well. I was away if you answered before. Oh yeah, I answered it. Okay. Yeah. I know. He really needs to be front and center in this disclosure movement. And Jerry also says best wishes. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. The Great Comoff. It's going to happen. The truth about political violence and the radicalization in America. Here's our friend Nick Shirley. Should get the, Pulitzer.
Today is a crazy day because today is the day where I'm supposed to die. Now, hear me out. So after I exposed widespread fraud here in America, I started to get messages like these, and these are literally death threats. So this one says, this is going to be you on April 27th, 2026 in a muddy ditch alongside the highway with your mother. Enjoy your last couple of months, buddy. Now, I don't share this with you guys to scare you, but more so show you just how crazy a subset of people here in America have become, where they have literally become radicalized. I'm going to show you guys some other messages as well. This one says, you should kill yourself, genuinely. Charlie Kirk needs a sequel. In Minnesota, they had these on street poles saying, if you see this man, tell him to kill himself. Had a nightmare last night. You got engaged and it wasn't me. Hope all is well. Oh, didn't mean to put that one in there. Nick Shirley is a Nazi. Hopefully they end you next. So that's enough of that. But that just goes to show how crazy this subset of people in America have become. And now just think about it. If 1% of America were to be radicalized, that means 3.3 million people are radicalized. Now let's just say 0.5%. That is 1.5 million. Now let's just say 0.1% of America becomes radicalized. That is 300,000 people. That's a large-scale army. And so when you have a large portion of society who actually do believe that people do need to die and listen to people who say these sort of things openly in the public.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods.
I think it is fair to say that we do have a problem here in America of people becoming radicalized. They've now tried to kill President Trump 4 times, and the rhetoric continues to get worse and worse. This is a direct result of people being called Nazis and fascists who are not Nazis and fascists. It's been happening for years now, and now people are actually acting upon what they actually have been told to believe. Now, to end this all off, I want to finish it with this quote from Mark Twain. It says, "The truth has no defense against a fool determined to believe a lie." And at the end of the day, let's say 99% of America are truth seekers and they're going after the truth. But you have 1% who are complete fools who, even if you gave them the truth, they wouldn't even believe it. That's how crazy of a society we are living in today. Don't be a fool, be a truth seeker. And I hope that adds some perspective to your life. Today's a...
Or you might even say a truth quester. You might say that too. That's what I would say. Thanks, buddy. And give a prayer for him, because these people, like you said, they're radicalized. They hear it every day. And Rob Schneider put this out. Jimmy Kimmel's contract with at Disney ABC TV ends April 30th. He won't make it that long. Disney will fire Kimmel tomorrow morning. Well, I hope so. Oh, Rob Schneider posted X of Jimmy Kimmel's contract is false. Okay. Thanks for telling us that. Maha-maxing. Look at this. A noun. Maha-maxing. When Make America Healthy Again isn't just a slogan, it's a lifestyle. Your groceries look like they came from the earth, not a lab. You're ending chronic disease by taking back your health. Yes. Thanks, RFK Jr. You're doing an awesome job. There's our last show. Boy, it wasn't that quick. Oh, yeah. All righty, Aphrodite. Well, here we are again. Oh, my goodness. Cap 78 pack, Peggy Dancer just gave us a $20 Rumble rant. I got to take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of a portion of our chat. Oh, shoot. That didn't work. I gotta do it this way. Okay. There it is. All right. And then for everyone who isn't on Rumble, you'll be able to see how cool the Rumble chat is. It's pretty based. And too cool for school, you might even say. And I guess we can hoist that up right away here. Let me get it front and centered. Okay. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Let's see. What do we got here? Coming up. Oh, window. There it is. And there it is. Look at that. That's the purple. There's the Rumble rant. Thank you, Aaron, for showing the truths we need to see. Well, you're very welcome. Yes, thank you very much for that Rumble rant. Awesome. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Let's get on over to X, shall we? You know, we might be able to get some calls in today too. We'll see. Screen share. We're going to go over to X. Here we go. And there we are on X. There's the bee picture. Oh, this next one's great. Oh, gosh. This is so awesome from Nicholas someone or other. Let's see if we can get this a little bit bigger. Today in a new chapter of Why Do Men Live Less Than Women? Well, not as long as women, I think they're trying to say. 2 men fulfilling the dream of the other, 4 billion men who inhabit the world? This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Yeah, women wouldn't do something like this. Leave it up to the guys. They'll do something like this like every chance they get. Watch this. This is great. So epic. Yes. Wow. On a dirt road, a bumpy dirt road. When he leaps out of there, it's less than 1 second before it hits the ramp. This is incredible. What a leap. And he didn't fall because you don't see him like laying on the ground. Oh, I wish it went a little longer to see if that thing would completely tip over. That's so cool, man. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and here's the UFO zaps incoming missile midair. Shocking military encounter caught on camera. Now, I don't know if this is the actual footage or someone's remake of it, but you can see it beams like 3 times until it goes off course. 3rd time there, and it's starting to fizzle. So it neutralized it. It wasn't going to explode or anything anymore. Wild. Yeah. Crazy. Pretty wild. You gotta love it. Oh, shiny midnight. How many fingers am I holding up? 11. It's just 2. Yeah. Ilhan Omar, she'll never live that down. Think about it. If you're going to be a politician now and be a scum bucket, these meme people out there doing all these memes, they're relentless, and you better have a spine or you're not going to be able to be around very long. You're just going to run away because the memes are so powerful. Oh, and you're wondering where the problem is in the Republican Party? Look at all the Fs we have here. All Republican senators with F Liberty scores. Conservative Review. Look at that. Lisa Murkowski, she's a Democrat. I mean, these are all basically Democrats. Susan Collins, Shelley Moore, something. Flimsy Graham, F. John Cornyn, he's got corn in his shoe, F. Chuck Grassley. Chuck Grassley does do some good things, but if he's got an F, he's not voting right. John Thune, F. He's a thorn in everyone's foot. Thune is a thorn. Todd Young, F. Bill Cassidy, F. Cindy Hides Smith, F. Mitch the Glitch, Cocaine Mitch McConnell, F. And Tom Tillis, F. Really? Well, how do you like that? The Uniparty is strong with these ones. Sad. Oh, look at this. AI created this. The greatest host of all time. He's got the king and the queen there, and he's got himself as a king, himself shooting a red coat right in front of him, and McDonald's abounding. Look at that. The golden candelabra with all the hamburgers. Look at that. Oh, AI is it's the gift that keeps on giving. Right. World War XI, Ilhan Omar. Ugh, right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. And Defender of the Republic puts this out. Colorado judge denies appeal bond for Tina Peters. Of course he is. He's a corrupt judge. Get him out of there. Get the judge, impeach the judge, and rule that his ruling wasn't a ruling. Get her out of there. Somehow get her out of there. Today, April 29th, 2026, Mesa County District Court Judge Matthew D. Barrett denied former Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters' renewed motion for an appeal bond. In denying the bond, the judge cited Peters' access to private. He thinks she's going to fly. Well, what to escape really harsh and treatment for not. I mean, she didn't break any laws. Unbelievable. So sad. Oh, and this is great. 72 years ago, the U.S. first learned of Stalin's death when a 21-year-old Air Force staff sergeant intercepted a coded message from Russia. That young sergeant was none other than Johnny Cash. Wow. Wow, what an all-American. Johnny Cash. He was the first American to receive notice that Stalin died. You know, and it was a coded message. And good thing we got the coded message, because they were just going to keep on Stalin and Stalin and Stalin. They were going to do that, weren't they? Thanks, Johnny Cash. Justin, Trump confirms administration will be declassifying UFO files. Let's listen to this. Half a minute of information.
First on the topic of space, do you have an update on the UFO files and what might be, when we're going to be seeing those?
Well, I think we're going to be releasing as much as we can in the near future. For some reason, and I guess it's just a reason that's been in the minds of people for a long time, that is such, they want to find out about the UFOs and anything having to do with UFO or related material. And we're going to be releasing a lot of things from that we have. And I think some of it's going to be very interesting to people. I've interviewed people, my first term primarily, but I interviewed some pilots, very solid people, and they said they saw things that you wouldn't believe. So you're going to be reading about it. Yes.
For your first on the topic of space, do you have an update on the UFO?
There you go. He didn't mention alien. Oh, the Indian Titanic. Let's watch what happens. I wonder what's going to happen. We got room for more, do you think? A couple more people, perhaps. Once you get going, it'll be fine, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that nice clean water. Now, is it just me, or did they look like they weren't even trying to swim away or to save themselves? What they? Oh, we're gonna die here. No sense in even trying. And is that water or mud? I mean, it looks pretty much like mud. Get a deeper boat, guys, or take some of the people off of there. Know your limits. And Cece puts this out. I want the assassination of Melissa Hortman to be avenged. Yes. Yes. She was killed.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote. And we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision. I know that people will be hurt by that vote. And we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal.
And I think her and her husband were shot and killed. And some other people were shot too. And then when they caught the shooter, of course, he's been working for Walls for many, many years, and his wife. And he wrote a letter to the FBI, I'm sure you all know, saying that Tim Walz ordered him to shoot Amy Klobuchar so that he could get the Senate, so he could appoint himself her Senate seat. Despicable. So why isn't he in jail? They got that information. He sells seashells by the C block. There he is. Some interesting shell combinations, huh? Look at that. Here's Pete Hegseth turning the liberals into mincemeat.
I didn't get a chance. I didn't see a question in the statement from the congressman. I hope you appreciate how reckless it is. When I said reckless, feckless, and defeatist of congressional Democrats at the beginning, that came after watching you say the same thing on CNN this morning, a quagmire. My generation served in a quagmire in Iraq and Afghanistan, years and years of nebulous missions and utopian nation building that led us to nothing. What we have right now, the way you stain the troops when you tell them 2 months in, Congressman, you should know better. Shame on you. Calling this a quagmire 2 months in. The effort, what they've undertaken, what they've succeeded, the success on the battlefield that could create strategic opportunities, the courage of a president to confront a nuclear Iran, and you call it a quagmire, handing propaganda to our enemies. Shame on you for that statement. And statements like that are reckless to our troops. Don't say I support the troops on one hand, and then a 2-month mission is a quagmire. That's a false equivalation. Who are you cheering for here? Who are you pulling for? Our troops are doing incredible work. They've done incredible things for the entirety of this mission and achieved incredible battlefield successes. And you sit there and go on TV for your clickbait about quagmires. It undermines the mission. Your hatred for President Trump blinds you to the truth of the success of this mission and the historic stakes that the president is addressing, which the American people support. Iran's been at war with us for 47 years. You want to talk about a forever war? For 2 months, this president has stared them down. He's going to get a better deal than anyone ever has and ensure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon. I know the American people support that mission, despite your loose talk and words like quagmire.
Yeah, he's good. He is really good, I got to say. Supreme Court has ruled that drawing congressional districts based on race under the Voting Rights Act is unconstitutional, 6-3. There you go. And look at that. So look, the South is going to be almost completely red now because the Democrats' lead was all fake. It was all fake. Unconstitutional for like 60 years.
This is now violating our rights on the basis of race. So it looks like this is a 6-3 decision. There is one concurrence here, but it looks like the dissent sticks together with Justices Kagan, Sotomayor, and Jackson. But here's what the majority says. They say in some, because the Voting Rights Act did not require Louisiana to create an additional majority-minority district, no compelling interest justified the state's use of race in creating SB 8. That was those 2 new districts. That map is an unconstitutional gerrymander, and its use would violate the plaintiff's constitutional rights. Now, this opinion is almost 100 pages long, so we're going through to see if it says something more broadly about the Voting Rights Act. That had been the fear on the left, that somehow this decision, if it was favorable for those challenging these maps, that it would somehow do a big chunk out of the Voting Rights Act. Haven't gotten to language that suggests that yet. It sounds like this decision is primarily about what happened in Louisiana. So we'll keep digging through this, but for right now, it's a win for those who were challenging.
Well, won't it be a precedent that's set? I mean, can't get a better precedent than that. The word democracy appears 0 times in the Constitution. It also does not appear in the Declaration of Independence, nor does it appear in any of the constitutions of the 50 states. That's right. It's not a democracy. It's a republic, if you can keep it.
Between these two is essential in understanding Americanism and the American system. Many have been led to believe that the political spectrum places groups such as communists on the far left, fascists or dictators on the far right, and political moderates or centrists in the middle. However, a more accurate political spectrum will show government having 0 power on the far right to having 100% power on the far left. At the extreme right, there is no government. The extreme left features total government under such labels as communism, socialism, Nazism, fascism, princes, potentates, dictators, kings, any form of total government. Those who claim that Nazis and fascists are right-wing never define their terms. This amounts to spreading confusion. Toward the middle of the political spectrum can be found the type of government limited to its proper role of protecting the rights of the people. That's where the Constitution of the United States is. Those who advocate such a form of government are really constitutional moderates. Our founding fathers agreed and held that some amount of government is a necessary force in any civilized, orderly society. The word democracy comes from 2 Greek words, demos, meaning people, and kratein, meaning to rule. Democracy, therefore, means the rule of the people, majority rule. This, of course, sounds good, but suppose the majority decides to take away one's home or business or children. Obviously, there has to be a limit. The flaw in democracy is that the majority isn't restrained. If more than half the people can be persuaded to want something in a democracy, they rule. What about republic? Well, that comes from the Latin, res meaning thing, and publica meaning public. It means the public thing, the law. A true republic is one where the government is limited by law, leaving the people alone.
I think you kind of get the idea. We're not going to watch the whole thing. Here's Sammy Hagar talking about his alien encounter. He calls it a UFO, but he doesn't mention the UFO. Only mentions the aliens.
Yeah, and I had a UFO experience. And that was 67, 68.
And you weren't high or anything?
No, I didn't do drugs. I didn't even drink back then.
And who visited?
They just randomly picked me, and I woke up while they were doing it. I'm going, what the fuck's going on? My room was white. I mean, I was like, I couldn't see anything. It was a complete whiteout. I lay there, couldn't move. All of a sudden, they said in another language, just telepathy, this is done. You know, he's waking up or whatever. And they yelled a numerical code that was obviously, you know, like your passcode to get into your shit, you know? Yeah. And boom, it was almost like a wire in the air. And I woke up and it was black and I was shaking and I couldn't. Yeah, and I had a UFO experience, and that was in 6.
And that's it. Doesn't mention the UFO, just mentions that they're in his room doing something to him. It's very vague. Doesn't really say much. And that's why I bought his book, because I heard he mentioned his UFO thing in the book, like 1 sentence maybe. It was terrible. Not worth it. He needs to like really dig deep into that. I don't know if he has or not. Holy crap, Scott Pressler just promised to help primary Thune if he doesn't pass the Save America Act immediately. I absolutely agree. Oh, yeah. TikTok. God, guns, and Trump. Oh, and here is Flotus beating back on Jimmy, Mr. Jimmy.
Mr. Jimmy, I do not need your apology. On a show that is supposed to bring laughter, you refer to me as a soon-to-be widow, as if the idea of me just having lost my husband were something to joke about. I don't care about your personal feelings, but as a public figure, casually making jokes about someone's life in front of millions, imagining their death for entertainment, crosses every line of basic decency. I don't know if, in your view, implying that a wife is about to lose her husband is humor, or that a family facing potential devastation is material for laughs. But I know very clearly that such remarks don't make you sharp or brave. They make you appear cold and cowardly. I hope those who provide you with a platform take a moment to reconsider whether they want to continue enabling this kind of behavior, one that takes pleasure in hurting others. Mr. Jimmy, you owe an apology to everyone who still believes in kindness and respect for family.
Isn't that good? We've really got the best Flotus ever. Beautiful. President Trump's state dinner for King Charles and Queen Camilla concluded with pure class. Wow. Those are long horns. Boy, it's nice, huh? Just in, literal bus loads of illegals just flown out of Minneapolis by DHS. Oh, isn't that nice? On chartered Boeing 737, finally being sent back to where they came from. Oh, yes. This despite the rioting and obstruction but done by the left. DHS is not slowing down. Keep pushing, patriots. Oh, yeah. Nick Sorter, sorting through all the stories for us there. Thanks, Nick. Good job. All right, then. Look at those redcoats on the South Lawn. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that wild? Too cool for school. And there's the Trump bell. Look at this. 1944. Adrian Hilton put this out. Absolutely, truly impeccable. Kudos to the official who came up with this idea and found it. I honestly doubt that a gift given by one head of state has ever so genuinely delighted another. Can you imagine Trump? His eyes. It won't look out of place on the mantelpiece of the Oval Office. No, it won't. Look at that. Look at that. Not only that, But remember, if you were following the Q posts, there was a very famous bell that was on JFK's boat. And it said, what did it say? Where we go one, we go all. I think that's what it said. And look at that, Trump, 1944. Apparently it was a British ship in World War II. Wow, so cool, Trump. And they found it? Oh, I wonder how someone had to polish it, I bet, right? Someone was polishing it for weeks. Nobody does state visits like Trump. No, I mean, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible what he's doing. You know what? I think Trump, when he's done with his presidency, he needs to write another book. The Art of the Presidency. There you go. And talk about what it takes to be a great president. And wouldn't that just be the best? I wouldn't be surprised if he isn't already working on it. The guy's just so, he's got his hands into everything. The perfect guy for the job too. Wow. A multitasker like that. Because a lot needs to happen. Here it is. Real Robert put this out. An IT forensic expert, after gaining access to a forensic image of the Dominion rigging management system in Mesa County, Colorado, demonstrates how the United States government was overthrown on November 3rd, 2020, without a trace. Yeah, this is really interesting.
And Jorgensen's totals being awarded to Trump.
After gaining access to a forensic image of the Dominion election management system in Mesa County, Colorado, IT experts demonstrate how easy it is to switch tens of thousands of votes from Trump to Biden in seconds by simply changing the index number next to each candidate's name.
This is a backdoor utility called SQL Server Management Studio that is actually installed on the image of the voting system.
So is it certified?
It is not on the list of certified software. What I'm going to do first, I'm just going to pull up the presidential results in Mesa County for that election. And here they are. You can see Biden has 31,000, Trump has 56,000. Okay. So I'm going to come up here now and I'm going to make a quick change. Change that.
You change that to a 2.
Yep. I'm changing Trump to a 1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to rerun the report. And there you go. Biden, 56,000, Trump, 31,000. So I just flipped the results of the election using a tool that's actually built in to the voting system. And what I did is not even logged. There's no trace of what I just did now. For some reason, the logging of activities by a user that has the password are not retained.
In Pennsylvania on live TV, Trump had 1,690,589 votes, while Biden had 1,252,537 votes. The time was approximately 11:08 Eastern Standard Time. The next interval report shows Trump's votes decreasing to 1,670,631, and Biden's votes increasing to 1,272,495. The time is approximately 11:09 p.m. Live on CNN, exactly 19,958 votes were switched from Trump to Biden.
There it is. Bigger than Dallas. Bigger than Dallas. Okie dokie, Pinokie. Here we are. And sweet Marie, in these trying times, our hearts go out to Roseanne Barr as she faces a serious heart condition. Now, this has been debunked. Someone put out a video of her. She claims it was from years ago, asking for prayers. So she's very happy of all the people who have wished her well. And look at this. High-rise building for fire evacuation equipment is amazing. Look at this. Looks like it's Japanese or Chinese.
120kg までの体重の人や荷物を安全に地上に降下させることができます。使い方は簡単です。折りたたんだ状態ではリュック型になっており、これを背負ったまま窓枠に腰掛け、キャノピーパラシュートを窓の外に出した状態でレバーを引くと、衝撃を吸収するエアフレームスクリーンドームシステムが自動的に展開し、安全な降下体制が整います。そのまま飛び降りると、パラシュートが開き、最大時速 27km の速度で降下します。降下中にパラシュートが裏返っても、頂点を中心にして姿勢を正して降下し、地上に着地すると支柱が衝撃を吸収します。価格は約130万円と高価ですが、メーカーは 99.8% という高い信頼性を主張しています。
And when you land, you have to say, Domo arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much. There you go. Indicted. Oh, Brick Suit put that out. Brick Suit. His whole identity is his suit. Brick Suit. That's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. Indicted. Nice shell arrangement on a walk today. Yeah. Oh, Randy the Savage. I've waited 4 years for this tweet to come true. My vengeance is patient. TikTok, James Comey. This country is so much better than this president. And next year we'll have a chance to prove it. Savage, Randy Savage replies and says, I can't wait for justice to drag its butthole across your face like a dog on a carpet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's coming true, isn't it? Yeah, that's good. I like that. I like that. Here it is, the Bill and Hillary Clinton racket empire. Let's let John Solomon talk about this.
Tonight, we're going to show you the other side of this conspiracy, the protection racket. We've all known for a long time that James Comey exonerated Hillary Clinton without authority to do so and without finishing his investigation when it came to the classified emails. Tonight, we're going to tell you about the other Clinton investigation, one that was running in 3 separate FBI offices, New York, Washington, and Little Rock. It was a predicated criminal investigation that was examining whether Hillary Clinton ran a pay-to-play scheme that delivered favors from her perch as Secretary of State, while foreigners and others paid large sums of money to her family foundation, the Clinton Foundation, run by Bill Clinton and their daughter, eventually Chelsea Clinton. 3 separate agencies, 3 separate bureaus, offices of the FBI believe they had predicated evidence to pursue that. Every time they tried to move the ball down the road in the shadows of the 2016 election, they got shut down. I mean, they got shut down at the highest levels of their agency. Andrew McCabe, the deputy director, a man who potentially had a conflict of interest with Hillary Clinton. His wife got money from Hillary Clinton's former campaign chair to run for a Virginia state Senate. And by the way, McCabe attended the meeting where that assistance was solicited. He eventually was conflicted out, but not before he gave the order to his agents that you won't investigate or do anything on this unless I approve it. Downstream from them, 4 different U.S. attorneys' offices under Barack Obama were asked for help by the agents. Agents need help. We need a grand juror. We need to get evidence. We want to move the case down the road. All 3 of those 4 offices told the agents, you're on your own. We will not assist you in your pursuit of criminal charges against Hillary Clinton. And then perhaps the most extraordinary statement in the document that we are going to show you on screen now, they can put it up as you're looking here. The Deputy Attorney General for Barack Obama, Sally Yates, explicitly told the FBI, shut it down, meaning the corruption probes of Hillary Clinton. Think about this. While Donald Trump was out on the campaign trail chanting, lock her up, maybe there was a good reason to lock up Hillary Clinton, he would argue every night. The Obama Justice Department was telling the FBI agents who also thought there might be a reason to lock up Hillary Clinton, shut it down. Remember those words.
Remember those words. Shut it down. Yates. Yates. President Trump, the ultimate one-liner about King Charles. Let's listen to this.
And Queen Camilla of the United Kingdom to the White House. Very special place. Very, very special. And I also want to, before we really begin, I want to congratulate Charles on having made a fantastic speech today at Congress. he got the Democrats to stand. I've never been able to do that. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. They liked him more than they've ever liked any Republican or Democrat, actually. So I just want to thank you and congratulations. It's not an easy thing to do. That's a tough place. And
leave it to Trump. Oh man, central casting, central humor casting, I'd say. What's this? The FBI investigated Clinton Foundation, bribery, money laundering, pay to play. It's all there. It's all there, folks. I'm in tears. King Charles just gave Trump a present. Here's the present he gave him.
4th Submarine Squadron in Australia, playing a critical role during the war in the Pacific. Her name? HMS Trump. So tonight, Mr. President, I am delighted to present to you, as a personal gift, the original bell which hung on the conning tower of your valiant namesake. May it stand as a testimony to our nation's shared history and shining future. And should you ever need to get hold of us, or just give us a ring.
Isn't that incredible? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say. Just incredible. New York woman says Trump literally saved her life one time a night long before he became president. There's so many stories like this, folks. Share them with your liberal friends.
Right there by Grand Central in Manhattan, and we met a woman named Debbie who's been living in New York for 50 years. And this woman blasted Tish James, said she loves Trump, says Trump saved her life one night in New York long before he was president, back in the Apprentice days, told us quite a story.
Trump saved my life, literally. My dad and my mom passed at the same time. I was in a bad place. I was going towards the Brooklyn Bridge. Don't ask me why, but I was. Donald Trump was standing on 97th Street in Broadway. He was at a friend's birthday party. And when he saw me coming past, I was hysterical in tears. And he gently grabbed my arm. He was like, whoa, wait a minute, are you okay? And he said, well, I don't know what you're gonna do right now, but whatever it is, forget about it. Take it out of your head. Your mom and dad wouldn't want that. And he talked to me till I forgot all about what I was gonna do. So he said, let me pray for you. So when I went to get my keys out of my pocket, and I opened my hand, he had placed a folded up, real small, folded up $100 bill in my hand. I framed it, literally, and this is a true story. He saved my life. Yeah, he did. So anybody that has anything bad to say about Trump, that it, because he's a good man.
That's something else. What a story. And you hear stories about him like that all the time, too. You don't hear those stories about Obama, Hillary, Joe Biden. Right.
You know who else you hear stories like that about? Elvis. I think Trump and Elvis are a lot alike. Here's Dr. Clown, PhD. Well, he's not wrong. He's a comedian. This is pretty funny.
You know what's wrong with the internet? It gives dumb people access to each other. Before the internet, dumb people were scattered amongst the rest of us. So if one of them had a dumb idea, there were enough of us regular folk around them to shatter their self-esteem. Why can't the earth be flat? Because you're a fucking moron. But now, thanks to the internet, these isolated pockets of marginalized idiots are communicating with each other, feeding each other unwarranted positive reinforcement over a vast network that's multiplying itself exponentially. We've opened Pandora's box. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you're one of these fucking...
We've opened Pandora's box. If you don't know what that means, you're one of them. Oh, look at this. Look at these outfits, uniforms. Fantastic. Look at that. Doesn't that just make you patriotic? Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. You know, look at the length that Trump goes to for these events. Just look at all of the uniforms. Now, compare that to what, say, a sleepy, creepy, crooked Joe would have done. They would have maybe had like a British flag in their drinks, like a little toothpick with a flag on it. But look what Trump does. Man, no one does it better. Nobody does it better. Incredible. Just incredible. This is great. Here's that would-be shooter that wanted to get the Trump administration. And this is a great meme. And Trump says, tell the sketch artist to draw him like the gayest, most retarded person imaginable. And it is. Look at that. He looks gay and retarded. Just like he is. Look at that. Even the hand bent backwards like that is hilarious. Oh, and look at this Gina Milan. Oh, cool shell formation on my beach walk today. No one is above the law, Comey. And there's some more computer enhanced. Oh, he's healing all the bees for the world there. Be the world. There you go. Be it. Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, I hope they're okay. Look at this couple. Can't get up. I died. Hold out the sea. Look at that. That's funny. Every time she thought she was going to get up, boom. Oh, man. I mean, if I was those ladies, I would never go back in the water again. I mean, that's kind of scary. You can't even get up and the next wave's coming to knock you down again. Wow. Oh, Cap 78 pack says she's showing off her better half or bottom half. Yeah, I didn't notice that the first time I saw this. Looked like she lost her bottom, went down too far. Maybe that's why she didn't stand up. That's probably why she didn't stand up, because it's only like ankle deep there, but it's so funny. I just like the fact that they couldn't get up, and the next wave comes, knocks them down again. Oh man, that's nothing funnier. That's what the internet's made for. And here is Brandon Gill talking very graphically about abortions, and I'm not going to play it because it's very, this abortion rights person doesn't. Yeah, we're going to skip over that. Thanks for doing it. Someone had to do it, but I just don't want it on my show. I don't want, it's a sad thing. Here's a happy thing. Just in, federal agents are raiding the Somali Senior Center in Minneapolis, removing boxes upon boxes. 20 federal search warrants executed in Minneapolis today. The scammers are cooked. Good. Cook them all. Cook them all. Cook them. Cook them and book them. The Beekeeper. Restore order. Protect the nation. Dolby Cinema. IMAX. Oh, yeah. It's coming to a theater near you. You're watching a movie. Yep. Oh, this is good. This guy is such a idiot. TDS. Breaking, Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Lohmeyer, who Biden fired for exposing rampant DEI in the Pentagon, has just been confirmed by the Senate as Undersecretary of the Air Force. Look at that. That's awesome. You can tell he's a good guy. Look at his eyes. He looks like a really good guy. That's awesome. Oh, look at this. Trump is like a fictional character. He certainly is. He's like Bambi. Look at that. Gentle. Be gentle to the bees. Be gentle. That's right. Gold Star mom Tina Peters was fully exonerated by Colorado Appeals Court, but remains in jail as a political prisoner for exposing the 2020 election fraud. The wrong person is in prison. Yes, get Griswold in there. And this is Ben Swan. Remember, he did a expose on Pizzagate. They never saw him again. He's back. And let's listen to this.
Do you think that these deaths are related to UFO programs?
I hate to say, I can tell a personal anecdote. When I did the show Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura back in 2011, we talked to Dr. Fred Bell, who has written many books on various theories about the UFOs and technologies related to UFOs. And Dr. Bell told us off the record he had met various other world species. I think he described one as gray alien in one of the underground military bases because Dr. Bell had worked with the U.S. military for pretty much all of his life. He was a genius, and he'd been part of these programs, and he actually talked about meeting these beings. And within the day of telling us this off the record, he told us, well, my CIA handler probably wouldn't want me to tell you this. He was dead. They said it was a heart attack, but it was very bizarre that within 24 hours of that conversation, he was found dead in his hotel room.
Do you think that these deaths are related to UFO
Wow.
programs?
I hate to say,
That's scary. It's very important to know the difference between trans fat versus saturated fat. Oh, that's just, wow, that really, you ever wanted to wonder? Now you don't have to wonder anymore. Now you know, trans fat versus saturated fat. They both don't look very good, do they? No. And here is Ronald Reagan telling one of his stories. Check this.
All of a sudden, I looked out, and there beside him was a chicken. He was doing about 45, and the chicken was running alongside. So he stepped on the gas. He got it up to about 60, and the chicken caught up with him and was right beside him again. And then he thought, as he was looking at him, that the chicken had 3 legs. But before he could really make up his mind for sure, the chicken took off out in front of him at 60 miles an hour, turned down a lane into a barnyard. Well, he made a quick turn and went down into the barnyard, too, and there was a farmer standing there. And he asked him, he said, did a chicken come past you? And he said, yeah. Well, he said, am I crazy, or did the chicken have 3 legs? He says, yep, it's mine. He says, I breed 3-legged chickens. And the fellow said, for heaven's sakes, why? Well, he says, I like the drumstick, Ma likes the drumstick, and now the kid likes the drumstick, and we just got tired of fighting for him. And the driver said, well, how does it taste? He says, I don't know. I've never been able to catch one. All of a sudden, I looked out, and there...
I love that joke. I've told that joke for years, and I didn't know it was his joke. That's pretty cool. Or that he told it too. Oh, look. Angry Ilhan insists that she was on time for the 11 o'clock meeting. It's 11 o'clock. Look. Yeah, Roman numerals. They're going to mess you up. Don't look at the Roman numerals. They'll fool you every time. Breaking, President Trump has officially signed the CR to reopen the government from the Schumer shutdown. Trump refused to budge. Not a single penny went to illegals as Chuck Schumer wanted. Great work, 47. Well, yeah, I hope it was. Here's this awesome picture. Man, hilarious photo. Laura Loomer, even. It is a great picture. I don't think it's hilarious. I think it's great. It's a great picture. Here's another great picture. Not so great. Not so great and great. Yeah. I thought Mo died. I guess he just went to Congress and posing as a angry woman. But boy, look at that. Separated at birth, didn't you think? Oh, this is hilarious. Jay Leno talking about Rodney Dangerfield. This is so funny.
Rodney, I loved. He never knew his politics, didn't know anything. He always had jokes. Rodney never sat down and went, yeah, things are good. I'm taking it easier now. He always had funny jokes. Did I ever tell my Rodney thing at his funeral? Did I ever tell you this?
No. Or maybe,
well,
but tell me again.
That's my favorite thing. I had Rodney on The Tonight Show 2004. 2005, I guess it was. And he seemed off. When you know a comic, you know their movements. Oh, I tell you, Rodney's got all the... And the hand didn't go all the way up like it normally did.
The time.
Right? Yeah, and he did fine, but he seemed a little off. So I said to Deb, while he's doing the sound, I think Rodney's having a
That was your longtime producer over there?
Debbie Vickers, yeah.
Right.
I said, I think Rodney's having a stroke. Call the paramedic. She goes, why don't you? I go, I think he's having a stroke. He's sweating more. I said, I know his act, and he just seems not off, but different, okay. So he called the paramedics, right? And Rodney sits down. He's funny. And the show ends. He's in the dressing room now, and the paramedics show up, and they go, he had a stroke. I go, he did have a stroke. Okay. So they take Rodney away. Okay. And then he came back from that room. Then he had a massive stroke, and he was in a coma. And I went to the hospital, and Joan called me. He said, oh, Rodney's in a coma.
His wife?
Yeah. So
his younger wife who had the big flower.
Something?
Business.
Great lady.
Yeah.
She loves that guy like this is the woman you want to love you. I mean, because I think everybody's thing with his Rodney, with this beautiful woman, you go, no, I mean, she worshipped him. She started the Rodney, after he died, the Rodney Foundation. Right. And I mean, really just a nice woman and someone you'd want, I can't imagine not wanting someone like her, Anyway, so Rodney's lying there in a coma. And Joan says to me, Jay's in a coma, but I think he can understand what we're saying, but he can't respond. So I said, oh. So she said, Jay, put your finger in Rodney's hand. So I put my finger in Rodney's hand. And she goes, Rodney, if you know it's Jay, just try and squeeze his finger, any movement at all. So I feel just a little bit of a squeeze, and I whisper in Rodney's ear, I go, Rodney, that's not my finger. And Rodney, and he did a jump,
really?
like if you hit somebody with a taser, they go like this. And Joe went, oh yeah, he laughed. I think he's laughing. And I mean, it sounds selfish, but I made Rodney laugh one last time. I mean, I think he enjoyed it, and he died right after that.
Wow.
And it was really sad, but he was a comic to the end, and it was so touching. And yeah.
That's not my finger, Rodney. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh, World War VII was, of course, won by Ronald Reagan whilst wielding a bazooka and riding a velociraptor.
For freedom!
Ilhan Omar is going to believe that now. She'll see it. Do you think so? There's a federal operation. There's the Quality Leering Center getting wrapped up. What's this? Oh, me and the boys after winning World Wars 3-11. Look at all those medals we got. Those were some tough wars, let me tell you. Tough stuff. Every time the balls collide, a new one spawns. Let's watch this. Look at this. Oh, they almost hit. Like Pong in the round. Oh, they almost hit. Oh, they're coming so close. Oh. Oh, a new one was spawned. Look at that. There's 3 of them now. Oh, 4. Oh, there's more. Oh my goodness. They're going nuts. Popcorn time. Wow. That's a lot of gumballs. That's a lot of gumballs. Look at this. Not stuck, just having fun. A Corella swinging and spinning like a little acrobat. Isn't this cool? Could be like sky pole dancing. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that funny? I bet it's the male one doing that. Think so? Think so? Oh, yeah, we saw that already. We saw that, and we don't need to see her. Stop it. World War II, World War I, World War II, World War III, or World War XI. Is that real hair? Looks kind of like real hair. And we already talked about that. This is really interesting about Appalachia.
Why aren't we shooting movies in West Virginia? It looks like Narnia. We could shoot Lord of the Rings there.
You're talking about the landscapes in Appalachia. And it's interesting because it's the richest ecosystems in North America. The reason for that is during the Pleistocene Ice Age, which was 20,000 years ago, there were 2 miles of ice over where I lived in New York. And the rest of North America became a tundra. There were no trees left. And the only place that the American forest survived was in Appalachia. And then when the ice withdrew, North America was reseeded from those Appalachian forests. The typical forest in this country on the East Coast forest, like in Vermont or Georgia, has 3 dominant tree species. In Appalachia, there is 80 because just the richness of that ecosystem. More species per cubic meter than any other place in North America. And it's really a crime that we're cutting it all down. These coal companies, Peabody, Consul, Massey, have cut down 1.4 million acres. The 500 biggest mountains in West Virginia are gone. And it's a sterilized ecosystem after that. My father used to say about West Virginia, it's the richest state in the country, but it has the poorest population. And it's because the mines, Massey Coal is not locally owned. Peabody and Consul are not. They're all owned by Wall Street. Well, if Americans knew, this is the Purple Mountains Majesty. These are the landscapes where Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett roamed. So much of our culture, bluegrass music, NASCAR racing, all of these iconic parts of American culture.
Racial equality.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I'm talking about this area, it makes me hopeful. It makes my heart expand. For people to look at West Virginia as this backward area. It was the first woke state. They said no to slavery. John Brown said, no, we're not doing this.
If you like.
There it is from Kennedy 24 thing. Oh, and here's a NASA guy, Bob Osler. Let's listen to him, what he had to say back in 1993. Listen to that.
I have, in fact, seen with my own eyes on quite a number of occasions, well over 20, at very close range, a number of these vehicles. It's quite extraordinary technology. Anybody interested in technology would be, it's like a kid in a candy store, really.
And there's no way that you could be mistaken and it could have been an airplane, helicopter, or something of that nature?
Well, Admiral Inman convinced me that these vehicles were not manufactured by human technology, so that's pretty conclusive for me.
Do you think, though, that the government know this is happening, know that it's going on, but why don't they want the rest of us to know? Why do they not want that?
Yes, you are correct. The government, many governments around the world do in fact know. In fact, NATO conducted a study in the 60s involving quite a number of these incidents. The decisions to maintain secrecy regarding this centered more around not upsetting the economic apple cart, religion, theology issues that come into play, and quite a number of issues that essentially center around science and technology.
There you go, 1993. I wonder if he lived long after that. Don't know. Here is Jake Lang. We've just uncovered and named over 1,000 Chinese birthright citizenship tourism companies. 1,000 of companies. Official records show in 2025, 180,000 pregnant Chinese to have their anchor babies in America. 180,000. The Supreme Court needs to end birthright citizenship.
Is the Supreme Court not understanding very simple logic? I believe that God will move the heart of these men and women to do the right thing, and that President Trump's pressure, we need keep on it. He was here on April 1st during some of the oral arguments, and his presence here is super strong. We need to continue to put the pressure on the Supreme Court, because honestly, these woke judges, they've been running rampant and wild, drunken with power, and they think that they can dictate the future of our country from behind the bench. We need to show them it is we the people who dictate the future of this country, and they need to abide by our will and not do things that are outside the best interest of every American.
There you go. Donald Trump. I used to work for the CIA. I am formally trained at overthrowing governments. Now I'm a Democrat in Congress. My speech could invoke a rebellion. That's called sedition. My voters are too low IQ to notice. Yeah, I bet. Oh, this is pretty funny.
Do we know who the first president to appoint an openly gay cabinet member is? Yes or no? No. Do you guys know who the only president is that launched a worldwide campaign to decriminalize homosexuality? The last one is, do you know what president went into his presidency already supporting gay marriage? The answer to all those questions was Donald Trump. Yeah, okay, sure. It was. Sounds like Obama. You can't tell them facts. They walk away. Do we know who the first president...
You can't tell them facts. They walk away. Oh, look at Valerie Jarrett. And Roseanne was right about Valerie. She does look like Planet of the Apes. She does. And some people say that's actually a dude, like a transgender. Probably why the turtleneck there. But there's a picture of Obama from many, many years ago on a couch with a guy with a mustache. It looks just like her. And yeah, amazing resemblance. Actually, she's uglier than the ape. Ape is actually kind of cuter than her. Yeah, they should never have fired her for that. That's humor. That is humor. Look at this. The caravan boat from the 1960s. Why did we stop being creative? Look at that.
Firm in Lancashire has built a caravan that's also a boat, and you don't need an amphicar to get it afloat. You just park by the river, forget about your car, and take to the waves. This is a launching party for a room with a crew. So yo-ho-ho to you too. All you need is a 6.5 horsepower outboard motor, a bit of grease on your brake linings, the old salt sea spray coursing through your veins, and you're ready to realize your seafaring heritage. In this case, at Henley-on-Thames, though it's more likely you'll be wanting a nice hot cup of tea.
Look at that.
Naturally enough, the Caraboat has all the mod cons of its freewheeling counterpart. And if you should smuggle a bottle of rum aboard, you can spend many happy hours trying to decide whether you've got a boat you can drive or a house you can float.
Did you see that, Winnebago? Why can't we make, if England can do it in the 60s, why we could do it now? Make the Winnebagos float again. There you go. Oh, and I don't know if this is real or not. Center for Global Human Population Reduction, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Is this real? I don't know. Not sure. No clue, Mr. Magoo. Yeah. Scandals. Oh, this is great. It's a great ad.
At the river mouth, the bears catch only the tastiest, most tender salmon, which is exactly what we at John West want. John West endure the worst to bring you the best. At the river mouth, the bears catch only the tastiest, most tender salmon, which is exactly what we at John West want. John West endure the worst to bring you the best.
Just love it. That's an old one, but it's gold. Old is gold. Oh, can't show you this one. This guy was surfing and there was like a little sea lion type thing and then being chased by a killer whale. Can't see it now. That's too bad. Was it even real? AI generated. Okay. There you go. Oh, Fletch 17. Whoa, In the Line of Fire movie was released 33 years ago. Oh, that's the bat phone. Oh no, the bat phone is tangled.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Operation Shutdown just joined the chat.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right. The bat phone. All right. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. And Operation Shutdown's in the house, apparently. There he is. That's a man, baby. Yeah. We the people, yes. Good to see you, buddy. Well, let's watch this. It's supposed to be sort of like what happened at the recent shooting at the Hilton. The ballroom. Ballroom assassination attempt, and I guess he got shot in the heart, but he had a vest on, just like in the story that just happened. Here's that one of Roseanne, but it's not true. We saw that last time. So that's going to be it, folks. And that is the show for tonight. And it looks like Kathy's already saying, good night, everyone. Good night, Kathy. And let's see. And Valeronian says, one of Michael Sala's guests was saying that there are 3 Jedi admirals coming back home to Earth after spending time out among the stars. The story sounded ridiculous to me, but it sounds like, what was that? Serpo, Project Serpo, where they exchanged some American pilots went along. I think so. And then Operation Shutdown says, I arrived via the bat phone. Yes, you did, buddy. And then Kathy says, good night, everyone. And then Cap 78 Pack says, the perp had a 3D printed pistol. Probably before 3D printing. Looked like wood, maybe. Valeronian says the Secret Service people around Donald J. Trump seemed far less capable than that we were seeing in the dramatic scene. Yeah, I think so too. A cook is the one that stopped the shooter. And Rose Thistle Art, hello, Rose Thistle Art, says Trump. Thank you, Aaron. And Trump fight USA, Radiant Heart, Radiant Heart, Radiant Heart, Leo Toast, and the Truth Questers. Thanks. Valeronian says, thank you, Aaron. You're welcome, buddy. And Operation Shutdown says, I came here tonight for one reason, to let you know that I will keep my camera pointed to the sky so I can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on the Truth Quest and talk about it. Oh, yeah, you better believe you will. Oh, I can't wait. That'll be a fun day. That will be fun. All right. Put this right here for now. And Rose Lard says, Valeronian, right? The movie seemed more believable. And Cap 78 Pack says, great show at Aaron. Thank you so much. God bless you. Much love. Peace in and have a great night. And see you Friday. Good night, fellow Truth Questers. And she also says, hi, Rose Thistle Art. And I got to give my message. Thank you all so very much. And my keyboard is still working, so I can do spaces and exclamation points, all that fun extraterrestrial stuff like that. All right, let's see. Rosa Salard gives a salute. And Operation Shutdown says, peace in, world peace, baby, yeah. And Valeronian says, the same UFOs will take long detours to avoid this crazy planet. Yes, right? I would if I was them. And Valeronian says, good night, fellow Truth Questers. Then I said, thank you all so very much. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. And, you know, we do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras, just like Operation Shutdown, pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO coming in for a close one, for a close-up. And come on to the Truth Quest and talk all about it. And we're waiting anxiously for that. So we'll talk to you then, and we'll see you on Friday right around 9 p.m. Central. Until then, peace in. World peace, baby. Yeah. That's right. Peace in.